outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Since we've no place to go, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. It doesn't show signs of stopping, and I brought some corn for popping. The lights are turned down low. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Dear Dave, a Corchigolaire, and welcome to Robloxia's Bossing Station. Today we will transverse through 3 Roblox worlds, as we travel from Robloxia, all the way to Lonchester. To give you an idea on how this will work, let's take a look at our route. Our journey begins at Ossing, working anti-clockwise towards City Station in downtown Robloxia. We then walk over to Robloxia railway station while at the same time transferring ourselves over to British Railway, where our chariot awaits to whisk us along the Roblox high-speed main line. We transfer over to mind the gap just between Rowford and Barnsworth, where we remain for the duration of the trip towards Lonchester's Isambard station. Hopefully you get the idea. This has been a role-play thing of mine since around 2017 or 2018. And today I attempt to bring it to life in this video. So without further ado, let's head to downtown Robloxia. Along the way, we will be joined by Northern Travel Videos just outside Robloxia station. He will be with us for the duration of this trip from that point on. Make sure to subscribe to his channel, as he does amazing content. Link provided in the descriptions box below. Ossing Station is one of 6 stations on the Robloxia Metro subsurface circular route. Operated by Row Trains, trains run 24/7 365. Except Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day. So maybe not exactly 365, you get my point. Anyways, here comes a Robloxia Metro Standard +1 train on a clockwise service. While I'd love to go the quicker way, for the sake of the video we're gonna go the long way round. And our anti-clockwise service will do us just that, as it takes us to downtown Robloxia. This is, according to some, meant to be a replicate of a London Underground A-stock train. But if I'm wrong, do let me know in the comments. We're now at our stop. City. Time to disembark. Let's watch the train depart. This will now run as a depot line train before becoming a clockwise train. Ah, yes. Gotta love the inaccurate daylight cycle. City Station is the main hub for Trains Classic. This is where all trains of any kind, of any route, come and go. Though the game's noob train, what can only be described as a pacer, are commonly found here. Mainly because the other trains are pay to drive. Here comes the train we rode before. This is a depot line train, which will run to, the depot, and then will run all stations to Ossing, in a clockwise circle. Here it comes again, on its clockwise service to Ossing. And speaking of noob train, here comes one now. On a service to Meadow. Right, we'd best be getting a move on. We have a train to catch. Not only do we need to walk over to Robloxia railway station, but we also need to transfer over to British Railway. And just like that, after transferring over to British Railway, we're now outside Robloxia railway station, and yes, I'm using Avonhill because in the roleplay Robloxia is based off of London Euston Station, and so is Avonhill. Oh, and here's my travel companion, Northern Travel Videos. Right, let's walk into the station. Quite busy here. Guess we've bumped into the morning rush hour. Okay, our train isn't ready yet. So let's hop on upstairs for some breakfast, at the conveniently named, Quackdonald's. Alright, our train has just been called. Our train is 1 Hotel 07, the 0813 Intercity Express service to Lonchester is embarked. calling at Robloxia Airport Parkway, Rowford High Level, Barnsworth, Horsley Junction, Denthorpe, Stanton Bridge, Hampton, Bentley, and Lonchester Airport before eventually terminating at Lonchester Isambard. This trip is expected to last around an hour and 30 minutes. And here it is. This is an Intercity Express 225 set. Unfortunately, due to the fact that the Class 91 hasn't been added to British Railway at the time of writing, not to mention there isn't a Virgin Trains East Coast livery available, we will have to settle with the 1997 Virgin Trains West Coast livery, and be pulled by a Class 90 until we reach the point of switching from British Railway onto Mind the Gap. Also, we'll be using Mark III carriages until the switchover, because Mark IVs are not yet added either, at the time of writing. This is the inside of our carriage. The seats are arranged in a 2-2 configuration. Most of them are single-facing seats, while others are bidirectional with a table in between. And with the sound of the horn being played in a single short tone, that's the cue for our train to depart. And it does, bang on time, at 8:13 a.m. After a slow and sluggish departure out of Robloxia, we eventually pick up speed as we pass by the various suburbs. top speed between Robloxia's main station and the airport is 125 miles per hour, but our current consist can only do 110 miles per hour, and it'll be like that until the game switch. Our triple-digit speed must be paused briefly, as we make a stop at our first calling point, Robloxia Airport Parkway, with Leighton doing the play acting. Passengers can change here for the shuttle to the airport itself. After a couple of minutes, we get back on the move again. We climb back up to 110 miles per hour. The top speed of the high-speed section between here and Barnsworth is 186 miles per hour, but as I've stated earlier, the top speed on this particular consist is 110 miles per hour, and the top speed in this game alone is 125 miles per hour. Plus, even after the switch to Mind the Gap, the closest we can get to that kind of speed is 162 miles per hour. Here's a bit of context on the Roblox high-speed main line. It starts at Robloxia in the east, and heads west towards Barnsworth, with stops at Robloxia Airport Parkway, Robford High Level, Lyndhurst Confi, and Lyndhurst Avenue Bridge. At Barnsworth, the line splits into two. The line heading southwest heads to Stepford, though the high-speed section ends just north of Willowfield. And the line heading northwest, which is what we're traveling on, heads to Lonchester and Bloxburg. I plan to add extra stations for the local stopping Roblox Rail Robloxia to Barnsworth route, but as of now I'm still considering on what to call them and whereabouts they can go. Probably somewhere between Robloxia main station and Robloxia Airport Parkway, so that the suburbs can be served. Alongside that, the route is served by Class 387 Electro Stars, and at the time of writing, British Railway currently doesn't have them added. So I'll probably wait until then. It would also be nice to see the Class 43 HST in both VP185 and MTU engines added into the game, along with the Class 707, Class 700, the aforementioned Class 91, and 11 and 9 car Class 390 Pendolinos. Once again we must pause the high-speed action as we pull into our next station called Rowford High Level, play acted by Norrington. The actual Rowford in the roleplay is meant to be based off of Retford Station with a high and low level. The low level is served by Roblox rail services between Rowford Town and Blockford North. Unfortunately no such station exists in British Railway, let alone on the express line. Not to mention Norrington acts more like Darlington more than Retford. Hopefully in a future update, there will be a bi-level station somewhere on the existing express line, or maybe on a future express extension beyond Norrington. As we depart away from Rowford, not only do we switch from British Railway to Mind the Gap, but we can also finally reach our train's top speed of 162 miles per hour. Also, notice the change of our train? That's right. We're using actual 225 set stock. A Class 91 with Mark IV coaches. We're now traveling at our top speed of 162 miles per hour, even though the maximum permitted speed limit on this line is 186 miles per hour. We're now passing through Lyndhurst Confee Station, served by local stopping Roblox rail services between Robloxia and Barnsworth. Lonchester services also stop here, but only on Sundays. The play actor of this particular station is actually Stanton Bridge, which is a station we'll be calling at later. For whatever reason our train passed at a slower speed. Could it be because a train was in front of us? I don't know. The fact we're now passing the second Lyndhurst station, Lyndhurst Avenue Bridge, indicates to us that we're not far from our next station stop at Barnsworth. We're now on the outskirts of Barnsworth, the county town of County Blocks. The Roblox high-speed main line divides here. The line to Stepford, Blemby, Ben City, Thomas, Gothland, Guyols Mount, Benton, Stepford Airport, Leighton, and Lynn by the Sea heads southwest to the left, while the line we are taking heads northwest to the right, towards Bloxburg, Loxtoria, New Brick City, Denthorpe, and Lonchester. Oh. And seeing as Barnsworth is supposed to be based off of Doncaster, Bentley was the closest I could get, hence why Bentley will be play acting as Barnsworth. Bentley, like Stanton Bridge, will be a stop that we'll call at later in the journey. Here's the good old inaccurate day-night cycle again, hooray! Because of this, the footage might be a bit poor, so I do apologize. As we depart away from Barnsworth, we get a glimpse of the Barnsworth train maintenance stepper sidings, or TMDS for short. We begin to speed up once again to 162 miles per hour as we're passing through. As the southwest bound line leaves us, we continue on northwest towards Horsley Junction and Denthorpe at 162 miles per hour. The Bloxburg line follows us on before diverting away to the right before Horsley Junction station. As the Bloxburg line diverts away from us, we pull into our next stop of Horsley Junction. As we leave Horsley Junction, our next stop of Denthorpe is only little under a mile away. And so our top speed will be around 125 miles per hour before slowing down for the tight 45 and 15 mile per hour speed limits. The line from Lonchester joins us from the right. Passing Queen's Bridge, we pass by Queen's Bridge carriage sidings, which is one of 3 stabling points for Greater Lonchester's regional services. Look, there's even a Class 47, or 57, with some Mark 1 carriages stabled on the far side. We're now pulling into Denthorpe. Denthorpe is a dead-end station, and in order to continue on to Lonchester, we'll need to switch ends so that we can travel on the line towards Lonchester, which we've seen joining us earlier. Bradwell Station is the final station before arriving into Denthorpe. This will then be the first station that we pass, as we depart towards Lonchester. This station used to be called London Road Denthorpe back when the station had no official name, but in a recent update, it was given the official name of Bradwell. While we've got time before we head back out onto the main line, let's take a look at our Class 91 locomotive. There are only 12 of these left in real life, and they're due to be replaced by Class 397s, if we can even call them that. They might be named differently. In my opinion, I'd rather see them replaced by Mark 5 carriages, with Coach M having a cab car, and it should be pushed and pulled by a Class 88, seeing as they're bimode locomotives. Anyways, we'd best be getting back on board as the train will be departing soon. And right from the word go, we slowly depart Denthorpe. From here, we call that all the express stops. There's the line we've just ridden on from Robloxia. In the distance, we can see the Lonchester skyline and the Commonwealth Wharf Business District. As we slow down for our next stop at Stanton Bridge, the line from Hadwell Junction and Cromwell joins us. Stanton Bridge is one of the 3 newer stations on the Lonchester Spur, having been opened as part of the express extension to Cromwell, as well as serving as a junction station for both the Cromwell and Denthorpe routes. It almost looks like a TGV station. After departing Stanton Bridge, we briefly hit our top speed. Along with the Lonchester skyline, the Foreshore Power Station can also be seen. Doesn't it look familiar? Yeah, definitely not based off of the Battersea Power Station. Passing Denham means our speed is cut short again as we slow down for Hampton. If you're a long-time viewer, you will know that Hampton is an OG station here on the channel, as it's been featured many times. Before we continue, a quick word. According to YouTube statistics, 53.7% of you are watching this channel and buggered off without subscribing. If that's you, you're at risk of missing out on all the good stuff that's yet to come. To prevent it, hit the subscribe and notification bell buttons. It costs £0, and it really helps support the channel. Giving me a like will also assist in the push toward the algorithm current. Thank you for your attention, and let's head on out of Hampton. Our train has a race with a regional class 345, as we arrive into Bentley. Bentley is one of the biggest stations in Mind the Gap, and one of the biggest in platform numbers. Bentley is also served by the Rochester Underground's Princess Line and the Bentley Subway. We slow down once again for our next and penultimate stop of Rochester Airport. Rochester Airport is served by the super-fast Rochester Express, the slightly slower Rochester Connect, and the super-slow Rochester Underground Princess and Victor lines, as well as Roblox Rail between Robloxia and Rochester Isambard, and various regional services. This station is one of only 2 stations that I know in this game that is bi-level. And as the name suggests, the station serves the nearby airport. Departing Rochester Airport, we can finally enjoy high speed for one last time on this trip, with the city of Rochester not too far away. With the journey nearly at an end, let's summarize this trip from Robloxia to Lonchester with Intercity Express on this 225 set. Despite switching from one game to another, and having alternated stock to begin with, I had quite an enjoyable journey. The scenery was decent, but was slightly bland in some mind the gap areas. And the day-night cycle can't make its mind up. In fact, it would probably give the 10 to 20 minute Minecraft cycle a run for its money. No wonder people tend to turn towards British Railway. And it's easy to see why. It has a form of realism within it, including a day-night cycle which follows a time zone, kinda like SCR. GCR has that option too, but the lighting at night time is terrible, especially on board trains. I can barely see a thing. Unless that's just me, and the contrary happens for everyone else. Anyways, let's talk about the price, which is fictional by the way, so don't act like it's real. The Robloxia metro ride from Ossing to City, anti-clockwise, cost me €4.50, and the ride from Robloxia to Lonchester cost me 54 Robux. Add them together, gives me the total cost of 58 Robux 50.
Why should he worry when he's nice and warm? His gal by his side and the lights turn low. He just says, let it snow, let it snow.
As the line to Delgate interchange, Wolf Mill, and North End diverts away, our speed limit drops to 25 miles per hour as we snap through the city into Lonchester's Isambard station. Also known as Isambard Central, Isambard is one of two major terminus stations, the other being Victoria, which mostly serves regional services. Other than Intercity Express, Isambard sees services by regional, T2T, commuter, Roblox Rail, the airport shuttles by Lonchester Express and Lonchester Connect, the Harrington and City line to Harrington, Eurostar to Amsterdam, Brussels, and London, Smiley Face Express, a company which Mr. Forgetflover here forgot to mention earlier at the airport. And also the Lonchester Underground Capital, Mary and Princess lines.
Long as you love me so. Let it snow, let it snow.
We arrive into Lonchester Isambard a couple of minutes late, at 9:45 a.m.
Sitting by the fire's cozy glow. He don't care about the cold and the winds that blow. He just says, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Let it snow.
Ooh-wee goes the star. Why should he worry
And with
when
that,
he's nice
let's
and
grab
warm?
all of our gear, and disembark onto platform 6 here at Isambard Station, where we can have one final look at our train before heading to the main entrance where we can finally bring this hour-long video to a close.
Weather outside is frightful, but that fire is delightful. Since we've no place to go.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you made it this far, gold star for you. Thanks for joining us on this journey. Subscribe to Northern Travel Videos, and subscribe to me, with notifications on, so you don't miss out. The countdown continues, but in the meantime, I'll let you all go and enjoy yourselves, and we'll meet again tomorrow. Good night, and Nullah Conashi Kanta, or of Golair.
All the way home I'll be warm. The fire is slowly dying, and my dear, we're still goodbye. Long as you love me so. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
One more thing before I finish up, and yes, I'm going to be using my real voice to finish this up. I want to quickly give out 3 shout-outs. One for Northern Travel Videos for partaking in today's video. One for Wolf Gaming for the inspiration to make something like this, albeit slightly different. And one for Lone Star Trip Reports for the same reason. Link to their channels can be found in the descriptions box below. But in the meantime, please subscribe, thanks for watching, and see you tomorrow. And now we can cue the outro.
Just the same.